All right. Hey, YouTube, I'm Lucky, and the big news story for today, the TWAB has come out, and they've addressed the issue that was the false takedowns on YouTube. Apparently, there was a bad actor working with either working or impersonating CSC, and it seemed to be a pretty big issue here between Bungie and Google, in fact. It's actually addressed in the TWAB. So this week at Bungie, they cover first all the charity work they've been doing with the Game to Give event, which has been doing a lot of amazing stuff. Over $2 million raised for a bunch of amazing uh, events and stuff that needed charity, including the support for the war in Ukraine and stuff like that. So, moving on to the next part, though, we're going to go over clarification of account security policies, where they talk about how a variety of people who are continuing to do account recoveries have been issued a wave of bans. So keep that in mind, that you're not allowed to log onto someone else's account and level their stuff up and acquire in-game items and stuff. This was a thing that happened a lot back in the day. People were account recovering for trials. People were account recovering for the raids. And, it was just a way of just basically making your Destiny account just way further than anyone else could ever be organically, right? Because people could play on your account all the time and stuff. So you're not allowed to do that anymore. Just keep that in mind. And it's definitely still people are doing it because they're profiting a lot of money off of it, and they've issued a wave of bans. So if you've ever paid for account recoveries and stuff like that, I would recommend not doing that. And to those companies that are continuing to do that, Bungie is definitely hot on your tail with this entire article here in the TWAB. Then they go over the player support report, which is just the hotfix and a few other issues that are going down. And then this is the big one, takedown clarifications. All right, this one is huge. I'm going to cover this one in detail. Over the past week, we have noticed an escalation in strikes against content creators in the Destiny 2 community, both big and small. And while some of the takedowns in the past have been legitimate violations of our established standards, many recent strikes were issued for content that does not violate those terms. Those prompted us to release the following statement on the official Bungie channels, saying, exactly as I covered before, we are aware of a series of copyright takedowns on YouTube, and we're actively investigating. This includes content on our own Bungie channels. So even Bungie apparently got hit with a strike for uploading Destiny content, which was hilarious. We covered a video talking about that. These actions are not being taken at the request of Bungie or our partners. Please stand by for future updates. We also included a link to our intellectual property guidelines, and the most recent wave of takedowns was peculiar. And upon further investigation, we have confirmed that they included some takedown actions from fraudulent accounts created to impersonate our IP protection service. They've named Google in this even. Google has confirmed that the accounts that have submitted fraudulent legal requests to YouTube have been terminated and will no longer have access to Google products. All fraudulent submissions from these accounts will be reversed. Some have already. The rest should come through shortly. The processing of these takedowns was an enforcement mistake by Google. And beyond rescinding the strikes and reinstating the videos, they are working on process improvements to reduce the likelihood of any similar mistakes in the future. So it was Google's fault that everyone's getting these strikes because of this impersonator. Please be patient as we work with YouTube to correct the fraudulent DMCA notices. In the meantime, we ask that you please refrain from harassing any members of the community or the employees of the CSC. I wanted to clear up a few misconceptions caused by this fraud. CSC, a Bungie partner that aids in IP protection, did not go rogue or issue any unauthorized takedowns. So it wasn't anyone from CSC. It wasn't anyone from Bungie. Bungie did not use or authorize algorithmic takedowns on YouTube. All actions by CSC are reviewed and authorized by Bungie. Because these are human processes, in rare occurrences, human error has occurred, in which we have quickly worked to correct any issues. Bungie investigated the claims of suspicious takedowns and found that several strikes were perpetrated by a bad actor that is not affiliated with Bungie or CSC, who has impersonated CSC by falsifying lookalike email aliases. This attack occurred after and possibly in response to a recent set of authentic takedowns of OST uploads. If you don't know, they're talking about the soundtrack from Halo OST. So pretty crazy stuff. Someone was falsely claiming to be CSC and taking down YouTubers' videos. Seems pretty strange. Someone out there doing some crazy things, but apparently they've been shut down by Google. Most of the recent takedowns carried out by us were for uploads of the original soundtrack, OST music content. While it's not permitted to take a soundtrack we release and upload it to your channel, there has been feedback from the community about the desire to access music that is not currently available. Our audio team's main priority is creating and maintaining the amazing music of the game, and we won't be able to release every version of every song, but we do agree that we would like to create avenues for the community to fill these gaps and archive some of the music not currently available. Going forward, we will be allowing certain Destiny music tracks to be uploaded to channels for archival purposes. For those creators interested in this type of content creation, the guidelines below should be reviewed. It can't be an OST song that Bungie has already released or posted publicly elsewhere. The content cannot be monetized. The creator needs to obtain permission from Bungie by contacting this email. So if you're interested in posting a song that's not currently available on Bungie's YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/DestinyTheGame, then you have to contact licensing that Bungie, get permission. You can't monetize the video, and you can only post stuff that's not in the OST collection. So there you go. They've illustrated clearly what you can do now. At the end of the day, our content creator community is invaluable to us, and no, not just the big creators. We understand that many creators have their content as a source of primary income, and we do not wish to cause harm to those that express their passion through art. However, as with any company, there are boundaries in place to protect both the community and the property that the Destiny 2 teams have poured their souls into through the years. Because this is important to the future of the game and the future of our community, we have been working to update our community guidelines messaging found in its original iteration here to make our boundaries as a business clearer so that you, the creators, can make the content your souls crave without fear. We will share the updated resource with you all when those changes are finalized. So there you have it. We had the revelation of what happened with that crazy COPYSTRIKE controversy going on within YouTube and with Bungie and stuff. Apparently there's just someone impersonating the CSC. So some pretty crazy stuff. The only question I have with all of this is like, why for the last 7 years have content creators been allowed to create? What people will do is they'll take a really cool song like the Deepstone Lullaby, right? They'll take that song, the audio track for it, and then they'll create really cool visuals in the background, which would basically be like, you know, showing the Deepstone Crypt raid, showing a variety of other things, and they would upload that, and it would be essentially, you know, the song, but with better visuals, basically, than just a blank image. But now, if you upload stuff like that, you're going to get a strike on your channel, and you can get your channel literally taken down, which I feel like for 7 years, it hasn't really been a problem. There's no one that's been a big issue, but for whatever reason, Bungie is changing their policies on that, and they're not happy about people using their music and I guess promoting their game on YouTube. So they're going to be taking those videos down, and you literally cannot use that stuff unless you get express permission to use their soundtrack. So some interesting changes by Bungie. I'm not sure why we want to have less people making videos of your music, but it is what it is. It's their music. It's their right. They can do whatever they want with it. And that is the final issue for the TWAB. We've got the movie of the week, the artist of the week. You got a little bit short time left to get your Vowed Disciple raid jacket. That's a wrap for this week. Let me know your thoughts about this down below. Make sure you're subscribed here with notifications on if you want to stay up to date on all the news in Destiny 2. See you in the next one. Later.